Hello Lucy. Hello students. Welcome to the class. Overview. Fundamentals of organizational behavior. Organizational behavior study the individual and group behavior in organizational settings. Managing organizational behavior challenges individuals to understand and embrace workforce diversity, elements of change, effective communication. Fundamentals of organizational behavior. Explain key concepts and terminology related to organizational behavior. Describe observable aspects of organizational culture. Analyze internal and external forces impacting organizational behavior. Definition of organizational behavior. What is the study of individuals and groups in organizations? What is a study? What is an individual? What is a group? An organization? Definition of organizational behavior. Study of individuals and groups in organizations. Organizations. Organizational behavior, OB for short, is the study of human behavior in organizations. It is a multidisciplinary field devoted to understanding individual and group behavior, interpersonal processes, and organizational dynamics. Organizational behavior focus on application. The field of organizational behavior focuses on applications that can make a real difference in how organizations and people in them perform. The outcome or dependent variables studied by researchers, for example, include task performance, job satisfaction, job involvement, absenteeism, and turnover. Among the practical questions addressed by the discipline of OB in this book are: how should rewards such as merit pay raises be allocated? How can jobs be designed for high performance? What are the ingredients of successful teamwork? How can organizational cultures be changed? The field of organizational behavior focuses on applications that can make a real difference in how organizations and people in them perform. The outcome or dependent variables studied by researchers, for example, include task performance, job satisfaction, job involvement, absenteeism, and turnover. Among the practical questions addressed by the discipline of OB in this book are: how should rewards such as merit pay raises be allocated? How can jobs be designed for high performance? What are the ingredients of successful teamwork? How can organizational cultures be changed? Should decisions be made by individual, consultative, or group methods? In a negotiation, what is the best way to achieve win-win outcomes? What creates job satisfaction for people at work? How can ethical and socially responsible behavior in and by organizations be ensured? Organizational behavior. Contingency thinking. Rather than assuming that there is one best or universal way to manage people in organizations, OB recognizes that management practices must be tailored to fit the exact nature of each situation. Using a contingency approach, researchers try to identify how different situations can best be understood and handled. Organizational behavior. Contingency thinking. For example, culture can affect how OB theories and concepts apply in different countries. What works well in one culture may not work as well in another. Other important contingency variables include environment, technology, task, structure, and people. In an article entitled "The Company of the Future," Brandeis University professor and former Secretary of Labor Robert Reich says, "Everybody works for somebody or something, be it a board of directors, a pension fund, a venture capitalist, or a traditional boss. Sooner or later you're going to have to decide who you want to work for. In making this decision, you will want to join a progressive workplace that reflects values consistent with your own." Making the decision where to work. Commitment to ethical behavior. Highly publicized scandals involving unethical and illegal business practices highlight concerns for ethical behavior in the workplace. There is growing intolerance for breaches of public faith by organizations and those who run them. Importance of human capital. A dynamic and complex environment poses continuous challenges. Sustained success places a premium on the knowledge, experience, and commitments of people as valuable human assets of organizations. Demise of command and control. Traditional hierarchical structures are proving incapable of handling new environmental pressures and demands. They are being replaced by flexible structures and participatory work settings that fully value human capital. Emphasis on teamwork. Organizations today are less vertical and more horizontal in focus. Driven by complex environments and customer demands, work is increasingly team-based with a focus on peer contributions. Lucy, this is a good class.
Changing definition of jobs and career. The new realities of a global economy find employers using more offshoring and outsourcing of jobs and more individuals working as independent contractors rather than traditional full-time employees.
Today's strategic emphasis on customer-driven and market-driven organizations places great significance on the relationship between an organization and its external environment. Thank you, students.